Welcome back to the class, everyone. We are in the very last match of this 5v5 season. It was a pretty small season, but it honestly felt like it went on for a very long time. In today's match, we have an opportunity to kind of break even on this season. Break even is kind of impossible now because of the 9 matches. But if we win this match, we at least go 4-5, which will definitely feel better than 3-6, but regardless, it is a very real reality that could happen. That being said, let's go ahead and check out the stats on our current opponent before we go ahead and look at what he's got on his board. And he's a little bit lower down than a lot of our opponents. He does still have all Galactic Legends. He has Ray. We're kind of getting close there. I only have 6 more characters I need to gear up to be able to start matching that on most people. But we've got him beating mods. And this is pretty pivotal to my strategy. So we have twice the amount of plus 25s he does. We have 40 more plus 20s. We have 50 more plus 15s. And we even haven't beaten 6 dots. So we're doing really, really well as far as mods go. So he's got us in the gear department, though. He still has 170 more relic levels than us. And we have him also beat in the Omicrons. It looks like we got both first order, first order type pilot as well as Dash, which seem to be kind of the 2 weaker ones out of the 7 that we have. But I think the mods, that is going to probably make more of a difference than anything for us, or at least what's going to make a difference for us winning. Hopefully we do that. Yeah, but this is our opponent. Let's go ahead and check out the map. I didn't stray too different from what my normal strategy, different from last match. Bottom wall, whole purpose, draw out the GLs here. So we got CLS, we got Gas, we got Maul, we got Darth Revan. Just trying to put in some really top tier squads to hopefully he goes for some solos or something of the sort there in the bottom wall. And then in the back wall, we've actually got our triple GL here. So we have our own level 9 datacron JMK, along with Lord Vader with the cooldown decrease, as well as Seed. His datacron's not really that good. And then up top, this is just kind of our junk squads. I mean, these aren't bad squads by any means, but they're not, I'm not expecting these to hold. They're just kind of there to do things. Fleet is about the same as it always is. Now, as far as the teams go for him on offense, he does have Starkiller here, he's got Qui-Gon Jinn here, he's got Dash as well as Rey. The Rey doesn't have a really great datacron though, so we're probably going to pretty easily be able to use Starkiller here. I've never done that before though, so good luck to us. It does have Health Steal, but it doesn't have the level 6 or the level 9, so that makes it pretty easy. Bad Batch will be easy here, Grievous will be easy here, and then Dash, I don't know what we use against Dash, but it doesn't have the Omicron. It doesn't look very well geared. Top wall is going to be a little bit more of an issue. They've got the JMK with level 9, albeit it's not the good level 9. So they have the Stunacron, so that's good. But it looks like they ended up being stuck with the same thing that we did, plus the Health Steal. That's 500% Health Steal. My gosh, okay. But I'm guessing my Jedi Master Luke still works, so we'll find out. And then he's got Darth Revan, this thing. SLKR will eat this easily. That won't be a bad big of an issue. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and get to the battles. All right, so let's go ahead and get a whacking on the battles here. First up is our favorite, General Grievous versus Starkiller. I think we always do this first, and this one, if I remember correctly, this one just goes really stink. Oh, no, this one's weird. I was going to say that I thought this one goes really well, but this one's very weird. So everything goes well for the most part in the very beginning, but we take like 2 or 3, or I think there's even more hits on Mara Jade, and we don't get target lock on her. Which I made sure to check this afterwards to see if she had like really high tenacity, and she doesn't. So we don't go for the AoE here just because not all of them have target lock, so we don't want to we don't want to waste it. I would much rather use that when everyone has target lock and we can get a bunch of things from it. We do just kind of ignore Mara because again she doesn't have target lock. I would love to hit her to be able to kill her first because she's arguably the most important on this team. But at the same time, I need to keep the turn meter train going. So, we go ahead and kill Visas, and then we go ahead and try to get target lock on Mara again for the 3rd time, and it fails again. So the battle starts to get away from us a little bit here, but this is really funny, actually. B2, everyone, got debuffed or whatever, except B2. So, every single turn they're going, our B2 is going to, and just trying to push them back a little bit. He's doing okay. Grievous and Newt are still able to gain turn meter because they don't have shock, they're just stunned. We finally get target lock on Mara, and then we're finally able to start pushing them back. And for a really weird battle, where we didn't get the target lock right away, and they got a bunch of stuns off, this ends up ending really well. Grievous got the last hit, so that stole some banners, but other than that, it was pretty safe. We're going to go ahead and take our Wampa versus the Dash team here, just because it's an easy match, but also I looked at his back wall, or what he typically sits on his back wall, and there was nothing back there that Wampa is going to beat. I guess there was a Finn team, but at the same time, I don't need Wampa to beat a Finn team. So Wampa got to eat this team alive. I mean, the comp isn't the best, and on top of that, it was like no Omicron, Gear 12 Vandor. The team wasn't very impressive, so we went ahead and squashed it pretty easily for, what is that, 68? Yeah, so pretty good there. Next one, very simple batch again. This has been kind of pain in the butt recently too. We went ahead and took our bad batch against the Qui-Gon Jinn team. Still, we hold out on the 2-turn stun here. The only one that didn't get stunned was Qui-Gon, and he's not really that important. So we go ahead and do our typical tactics here. We swap around with him. We try to get the buff immunity. We actually landed on Mace, and now we're just trying to make sure we don't bring anyone else below 50% health until we get Jedi Anakin stunned. So we go in, we put the potency up on Wrecker. The 2-turn stun does not land on Jedi Anakin when he's really ticked off. So this is really terrible because he gets like 4 bonus turns in a row. So he gets his AoE back and just steals a ton of banners. So this would have been much easier had the 2-turn stun land on him, and he actually had, not been able to do a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't matter. Wrecker held up, Tech held up, and Echo held up, so they were able to take him out, albeit for low banners. This one was very fun. This is probably the most fun I had the entire match. This is probably the most fun I've had in JC in a long time. Starkiller versus Rey. We immediately open up by stripping the buff immunity off Rey. The reason why we do that is because I need to be able to crit her so that we can rip the inspired off, so she's not constantly gaining turn meter, or not gaining turn meter. She's not constantly gaining mastery or offense. I guess it's kind of both. Because of that, we don't use the because of our turn meter gain. So we don't use the lower turn meter because I want her to take a turn now. We specifically have everything lined up so that old Ben has damage immunity now. Go ahead and we make sure we get the stun on Poe. And now the name of the game is just hit Rey as much as possible and kill her before she can get to her ult. The enemy datacron is not very good. It's not very important. That dodge, though, that was very irritating for Starkiller. If she would have lived, I mean, this would have been, we still probably would have won, but it would have been a much sketchier match. We do make sure to go after JTR next, just because if she sticks around too long and her mastery builds up too high, then we just can't really kill her. Luckily, we're able to mitigate that quite a bit, and we do end up getting her out. And from here, I think we just kind of wait this out. Try not to gain too much turn meter because I don't want to get locked behind anything. At the same time, though, we want to make sure that we're able to bring Starkiller's ship down, because they're both stunned now, so they're not going to do any damage, and I want the full health and protection. So we made sure to do that. And then as soon as these guys come out of stun, they're just dead. Good job, Starkiller. 65 against Rey. That feels good. Put an investment into a team and to get that out of it, that's what it's about. And then we get to the back wall, and the back wall is really not that impressive. It was like Iden with TIE Fighter pilot, this Mon Mothma team, and the Finn team. Like, pretty bad back wall. So we get there, we go ahead and open up with our Iden. This is the counter we do pretty much every single GAC. Got a huge return on investment for this team. Ugh. I love Gear 12 Iden, guys. I love her. She's so good. As always, we're targeting Kyle Katarn first, just because he has the shot at getting a big hit on someone and maybe killing them. We used the Terminate ability here without Deathmark, just the Terminate. So Kyle is now perma-dead, so he can't come back. We killed Pow on counter, so that was pretty cool. And even at Gear 12, within about a minute, we built up enough damage to just kill the team. So 65 there, pretty cool. We go in and take our SLKR versus Lord Vader. This comp, or this counter, has been getting slightly worse and worse with the Lord Vader datacron. But we take in the good comp. We're trying to make sure that we don't get host here. And they do have a lot of health steal as well, which is very good for us. That pretty much means that they're not going to they're not going to time out on it, because Lord Vader is going to end up going back to full health pretty consistently, and we'll be able to crit him for obscene amount of damage. So we went ahead and swiped first just so that we would have everyone taunting, so we didn't have to deal with Maul doing something stupid. Vader almost kills my doc again, gets very stinking close. Luckily she gets a turn, heals everyone back up. This is going a little bit better now, but they're still doing a lot. We make sure to stun Vader. I just don't want to have to deal with him. Siphon his mastery a little bit so that Lord Vader gets less, and also so that Darth Vader doesn't just kill Daka like he almost did a second ago. Get the stun on rail guard. And now this is kind of a bummer. Both Watt and crew have now died while Lord Vader's in ultimate, so they're not coming back. They're gone, unfortunately. Daka almost dies again via dots because they got the ability block on my crew, so I wasn't able to cleanse at the right time that I wanted to. But then get ult, and we eventually do cleanse Daka. But yeah, I don't have the relics to do it right now, but I would not hate an R7 Daka. I really would, and that would just be fantastic. But R5 is just gonna have to hold for now. We stun Vader here. We make sure to, so that when next time we go ahead and siphon him, it'll be for, double. Lord Vader keeps taking their mastery. At the same time, though, it's not negative. You can see that the mark above Lord Vader's head is not a triangle, so that he hasn't taken enough negative mastery to actually give him, a gross negative or whatever. So this is still a little bit sketchy. Vader's damage has been reduced, but he's still doing things. 99% ult charge was annoying, but we killed Royal Guard on the poke, which means our damage is getting pretty high up there. As you guys can see, proccing that ult, we did that. We go ahead and swipe just to build our damage up a little bit, but from here, we're pretty darn sure as soon as Lord Vader gets back to full health, he's a dead man. 1 million damage. So that went very, very well. That was very, very easy. This one I was really scared about because this is a level 9 datacron for JMK with the stunacron. So we've done this before, and the cat isn't that fat here. She's only about 80k health, so we have a pretty good chance of getting her. We run the battles normal, we get ability block on everyone, we swap around, make sure we get the stun on her. Keep calling in specifically Grandmaster Yoda so that he keeps getting foresight, so when Kenobi goes to use his basic, he's constantly missing, so they're not getting anything out of that. We trigger the revive on Cat, and she's dead. Within a minute before they get ult, she is already dead. So that's pretty much game here. At least game for this match. They can't do anything about it. Once she's gone, they lose all her bonus stats. They lose all the things that she does. I mean, stunacron or not, it just doesn't matter. We've got him beat. So we do go after Ahsoka now. I think last time we went after Padme, I really don't. Like I said, once Ahsoka is dead, I think it's pretty much it's not going to change anything. We do increase cooldowns on JMK. I do want to be a little bit careful here. The JMK's level 9 datacron is it's the one where he gets like a second GL unique. Like, he gets like a bunch of extra survivability, reduced damage, etc. So you can actually tell we start to hit him here in the very beginning, and we're just not doing a ton of damage. Like, barely any. Like, it's super survivable. So I'm like, all right, let's kill GK first, and then we'll go ahead and beat up on JMK. So go ahead and daze him again. Still, like, he's tanking a lot, but at the same time, 1v5. He ain't winning that match, and he doesn't. We got a 64, which is, for JML versus JMK, is really hard to begin with. And then, considering he had the datacron, I was very impressed. So this is the last time we will probably ever use troopers on Darth Revan. So, moment of silence for these guys. Just because Malgus is going to hit. Malgus is going to hit before next 5v5 hits, and that's probably how all the teams are going to look, or the teams are going to be on offense. So they did have an R3 set, and he was actually modded really well. He had like full defense primaries with defense set, or full protection primaries with defense sets. And we weren't getting particularly good assists here. Like, range was like calling in really bad characters like Veers or something like that. So on pretty much the last turn possible, we get Piet's turn where Dark just comes in and slaughters the set. Defense down was definitely very helpful from Stark. That being said, I had the option to use the mass attack here on Malik, and I'm like, it doesn't make any sense to, because Veers is 100% going to get back to another turn, because there's no way Bastila is going to survive, the next 3 characters that are going to take a turn. So we do make sure to kill Bastila. We waste some hits on Darth Revan so that we have the mass stack ready for Malik. There it is, it comes around. Now we have, 5 more stacks of Frosty, which is just enough to be able to take him down. This is fun. We go ahead and use our AoE here. Kills Talon, which I did not think was going to happen. So Dark gets another turn because of the kill, and then we kill her. Or we kill Darth Revan. So that one was really fun. And again, like, it is a little sad because that is the last time that's going to happen. Then we go ahead and take our Aura Bounty Hunter squad versus this Jango team. Actually, no BAM, no dash, which is a little weird. Not necessarily all that bad. The nest is really still a major problem. We've had we've actually, the only issue we've had with dashes and BAM teams or Jango teams or whatever in the past has been the, Nest just going haywire and doing stuff. So we get contract, obviously. We take out Jango. I'm really starting to think we should have taken out Nest, though. Her ignoring taunt is just, well, I guess Jango ignores taunt too, but she's just such a pain in the butt. So we go ahead and pop the tags with Zam there. We're able to kind of loop around here a little bit by using specials. Really want to kill Queel, just so they don't get all the things that he does. And yeah, my aura is already bending over here, so this is not great. Yeah, and then Dengar kills Aura, so not completely over yet, but like this is not a great start. We get close to killing Queel, don't quite get there. We're able to remove taunt, and then Nest kills my Mando in one hit, and he can probably very so much do it again. We do just enough hits on Queel to get rid of him, so his stats go away, so that was nice. I didn't like hitting him that much, because when we hit him, we don't get as much turn meter with Mando. I didn't enjoy that. Mando is getting really close to his Annihilate here, though, so we just hit a IG for fun here. What we're doing is just trying to make sure, get back to the Annihilate. Nest does not choose to kill our Mando, so that was nice, and then we were able to kill Nest with Mando, and then we get, you know, full-ish banners here. I mean, we don't have auras, so it's not true full banners, but the 62 is okay. So that Finn team's down below. We probably could have done this in a number of ways, but we just decided to use Dash here. I mean, there's nothing they can do. We get the good opening or whatever. They do get a lot of dodges though, which is really annoying. Poe dodged twice. He's probably an agility tank. We kill what's her face on a one shot. Kira coin and dash to get like a 10-person mass assist is pretty cool. Resistance Trooper survives to die another day. We go ahead and take him down now. I think we try to recover just a little bit of Vanders with Haldo being there, but it's, yeah, really not a whole lot they can do at this point. Get the stun on her, and she's dead. Yeah, this is a little glitchy today. I wonder why. All right, so that was pretty much full banners, and then we went ahead and took Qui-Gon Jinn against the Iden team. And guys, this Iden team, it's just really sad. Like when you put TIE Fighter pilot in there, I really wouldn't do this in Kyber 1 because there's so many other teams that are just become the easy button, like Qui-Gon Jinn, Grievous. I'm trying to remember, there's one, Bad Batch as well. Like it just starts to die to a lot of things. And I guess if your opponent isn't able to use Wampa, I guess you're at least stealing like, 6 banners, but still, like it's a pretty bad team. For the lower divisions where Wampa's the only like option for some people, I think that's more acceptable, but yeah, it's just not great. All right, so now we go on to ships. He puts down the typical ship defense, Empire, Negotiator, and Executor. We bring in our Malevolence as per usual. Pretty darn easy. This battle is always very easy. We do give turn meter just because that enables us to pretty much kill TIE Bomber right out the gate, which we do. They bring in their prototype, whatever his name is. They mark my Bolter Droid, which is cool. I enjoyed that. We're almost already through the second bomber, so I just go ahead and bring in Spy. Whoever he marks, we're just gonna nuke. We get the prototype. Prototype is dead. Tank is dead. It looks like we're really gonna get the kill on them before they even get to their ultimate, which is nice. That'll save us, 2 or 3 banners or something. They bring in Shuttle, which is super annoying. Hate you, Shuttle. Do get Vader down, still pretty timely. The assist being fixed it's definitely visible. We wasted our stun there, shouldn't have done that. Not exactly a big game changer, you guys can see. 69. Typically that's a 62 for me. I'll take a 69. So we're gonna go ahead and take in our first order versus Negotiator here again. And I can't lie, guys, this counter is becoming a lot more comfortable for me. We're learning the ins and outs of it. I think I'm gonna be able to use this for a long time. We opened up everything on Jedi Anakin, got the stun, got the hunted, and now he's only at about 50% health. So we need to use the weakest attack possible just to tip him over to avoid the AoE. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our own AoE because it does the least amount of damage on our team, just to push him a little bit under to trigger Unending Loyalty from Negotiator. They do have 5s in the starting lineup. This doesn't really seem to change a whole lot. Shuttle does go first, but the trick we learned with Shuttle, and we should have been doing this against Ahsoka, is you just decrease the turn meter on the dude that has no turn meter, and Shuttle is gonna get back around before their before Silencer, so to rip the taunt off. So now everything just continues as normal. We were able to get through the Unending Loyalty and Jedi Anakin, And on top of that, we're going to be able to bring in a character that rips it off. So we just go ahead and give turn meter to everyone else, because we're going to have a character come in and rip the buff off. We do that. I mean, this is going really well. We get the stun on Ahsoka, which is even better. If she can die right out the gate, that'd be awesome. We give turn meter with the basic, kill Ahsoka, and I mean, that's pretty much game right there. I mean, even if we lose the battle, we can clean this up with garbage. This is fun. So our silencer got dazed, but our TIE fighter didn't. So we keep calling in the TIE fighter to do damage, and he does okay. He's no silencer, but he does all right. We're able to bring an echelon now, which, I mean, echelon's awesome. Like I said, they're pretty much done now. We still have all of our first order available. We're only about 2 minutes in. Nobody's dazed. We're gonna be able to take them out from here. So, yeah, big hit there on Rex, and 67. Liking that counter more and more. So now we have to go ahead and take out their Executor, and we've been doing this a lot recently. We haven't stopped doing this really. The burner with Radis, and then just taking in Rebels afterwards. This is the no tank variant. Last match we had the tank variant. Last match it worked, and well, I guess we'll see here. So we go ahead and use our AoE, rip off the foresight there, as well as get defense penetration. We immediately get the assist on at least one of our turns with our bigs there. So Xanadu Blood is going to die. And I'm a little worried here if we use the AoE on IG, it won't be enough. So I'm like, okay, we can just use the AoE here. I'm like, why would I use the AoE here if we could just guarantee with a basic? So we end up actually just using a basic on Xanadu Blood, which felt weird, but, you know, whatever. We save the whatchamacallit from IG. We don't get the assist, but that's okay. We go ahead and take in, again, we commit to Phoenix here. I know that's weird for a lot of people. Now, we go ahead and we get the shield disruptor on him. We call an assist from Milf from Biggs, and then Houndstooth dies. And this doesn't always happen. This is not, I would even say this isn't the normal course of action, but it's something that can happen. It's happened before. And now we take out IG, and it's just Razor Crest now. Like, we just destroyed the team. I mean, they still have, I think, Slave 1 in reinforcements. That sounds right. But like, that's not going to be that big of a deal breaker. And then this does get really annoying though. I think like I'm trying to remember at what point. There's one point where we get like 7 turns in a row with just 0 assists, which does kind of stink. Yeah, 1, 2. But at the same time, like, sure, it was bad RNG, but it was bad RNG at a moment that didn't matter. And yeah, so we get that one down as well, and we take the win on this one. So like I said, not to be a downer here, but we are coming out of this at a negative. This is 4 and 5 for this season, but 4 and 5 is better than 3 and 6. I will still take this. I won't spit at this at all. And our defense really held up, and we didn't drop. The only battle we dropped was the Executor burn, which is, unfortunately for me, is just a reality until I get better at ships, or I get better ships, we'll put it that way. CLS took 6 teams. I really want to see what happened there. I feel like it might have been a Grievous fail that just kind of spiraled. That maybe ended in a GL, because he couldn't get through my JMK, which is a first, even with that level 9 datacron. I've been placing that almost every single time. I think I have been placed every single time. Up top wasn't very special. Mon Mothma held once. I don't know. A lot of people have been losing with Wampa, which is kind of fun for me. And then ships as well. He took him 4 fleets. I'm guessing there was probably a burner somewhere or a cooldown decrease somewhere in there, because I'm pretty sure that's all the fleets in the game. If you have 3 on defense and you had to use 6 on offense, I think that's every single fleet commander. But overall, a good finish to 5v5. Like I said, I'm a little bummed about the negative season, but at the end of the day, I'll take it. This last one felt good. I felt very good about all of our plays, and then, you know, win on top of it is always nice. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, stay awesome.